Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more videos by Honest Teacher Vibes.
Hey best friends, what's up with it? Okay, so here is a part 2 of story time with Honest Teacher Vibes. So y'all know that I love when y'all send me y'all's crazy stories, and y'all normally send them to me on IG. Y'all comment on my TikToks and share your stories. Y'all, I love it. I love it. I will do whatever I can and whatever I need to do to get y'all stories out there. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. So I'm going to do this like I normally would on TikTok Live, where I just share y'all's crazy stories like one after the other. So you can put your headphones in and listen to this. You know, you can sit and watch this or whatever, but just listen to all these crazy stories. I don't know how long this video is going to be. I'm just going to tell y'all as many stories as I can. I got my trusty notebook where I got y'all stories written down, because these kids and these parents and this admin is crazy. Y'all know they crazy. So let me share some of these stories. Okay, and I'm not gonna stop and start the camera like I normally would. We just gonna keep it pushing. Push it. Eight. Okay, let me stop. All right, so the first story, this teacher said her friend, who was also a teacher, found out that she had COVID because some kids in her class sprayed some fart spray, and everybody started gagging, and she thought they were joking, and she was like, "What are y'all doing?" And they were like, "It's funky AF in here because somebody just sprayed some fart spray." And she was like, "I don't smell anything." So she went next door to get another teacher and was like, "I think my kids are trying to play a joke on me, and they're saying somebody sprayed some fart spray. Excuse me, that somebody sprayed some fart spray, and I can't smell it." So the teacher from across the hall came over and was like, "Yo, it smells like super funky in here." So that's how the lady figured out that she had COVID, was because her kids sprayed some fart spray. Okay? What a way to find out that you have COVID. Okay? Transition hands. This is what we do on TikTok. Okay, we do the transition hands to move to the next story. So if you're not familiar with that, I'm sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Okay, so anyway. All right, so here's the second story. Y'all know that kids do some crazy stuff sometimes. And this next story, okay, so there was a kid, I'm reading it off my paper, so that's why I'm like, there was a kid in class who, for some reason, brought a metal fork to school, because you know they got plastic forks in the cafeteria, so he had to have brought this fork from home. There was a light socket cover that the teacher had been telling maintenance for months, "This needs a cover on it because my kids are," you know how kids they some busybodies and they're always doing something. So it took them forever to come fix this light socket, and the only reason they came to fix it was because that kid that brought that metal fork to school, he stuck that metal fork. Why would you do this? He stuck that metal fork into the light socket and shocked the out of himself. Okay, so then they finally came to fix it. But I'm like, would that not? Why? That's a safety hazard. Why would y'all not have already come to fix that when the teacher said something to y'all about it? It takes a kid sticking a fork in a light socket for y'all to come fix it. Foolishness. Okay, so this next story, transition hands. This next, I'm just spouting these off, okay? So they just come in one after the other, okay? This next story, there was a bounty hunter, yes, a bounty hunter chasing a criminal across this school campus, so their school had to go on lockdown. We can't make this stuff up, okay? We cannot make this stuff up at all. Seriously, we can't make this stuff up. You chasing, of all the places to run, you gonna run across the school campus. And so we had to go on lockdown. Ain't no telling how long they had to go on lockdown for. Because y'all know that these school districts be extra when they go on lockdown. They be having us on lockdown for 2 hours after the situation is contained. Why are we still on lockdown? The man that been arrested, y'all. What for why are we still on lockdown? Okay? Crazy story. This next story, baby, these parent requests be off the chain sometimes. Transition hands to the next story. This parent, obviously I'm reading this off the paper. This parent requested a teacher have coconut water for her daughter when she gets stressed out. Ma'am, this ain't the Ritz-Carlton. If you want your child to have some coconut water, you send it to school with her. I ain't her mama. You her mama. And you got the audacity, baby, because it's the audacity for me. You got the audacity to ask your child's teacher to provide coconut water for your daughter? Ma'am, does this look like a Sandals resort? No. You send coconut water. I mean, I just want to know, okay? Inquiring minds would like to know. You as a parent, how do you feel? I would never even fix my mouth to ask my child's teacher to provide my child with coconut water. What kind of bougie school does she think she goes to? Baby, we ain't got regular water, let alone coconut water. Okay? So anyway, this next story, baby, this woman had me, absolutely deceased. Because these parents be outlandish with it, okay? Transition hands to the next story. This mom, it was raining one day, and she didn't want to get her hair wet, y'all. She didn't want to get her hair wet, y'all. So what the woman do when she dropping her child off at school? The woman then drove her car up the wheelchair ramp because she didn't want to get her hair wet and the wheelchair ramp was covered. Why would you do that? Why? What in your mind said, I'm about to pull up to my child's school and I don't want to get my hair wet. So I'm going to drive up the wheelchair ramp. That seemed like a real good idea to me. Why would that seem like a good idea, ma'am? Now you out here looking crazy and everybody going to associate your child with the parent who drove their car up the wheelchair ramp because they didn't want to get their hair wet. Do y'all enjoy making it into these stories? Okay? Some of this stuff, people don't believe us. But I'm like, y'all, this stuff is true. This is actual stuff that we have to deal with as educators. You gonna drive your daggone car up the whip for why? That's illegal. You can't just be driving. What if one of our students who was in a wheelchair would have came trying to get up the wheelchair ramp and they can't and they gotta sit in the rain? So in your mind, it's like, better they sit in the rain than me. Get your little stuff out the wheelchair ramp. Why? Fix it, Jesus. Okay. This next story, but some of these kids be disturbed, okay? Next story, transition hands. This next story, I really think this child was disturbed or something. And I don't know what in their feeble mind made them think that this was a good idea. So this kid, his girlfriend broke up with him. And he came into the cafeteria with the teddy bear that he bought for her and set the teddy bear on fire and threw it in the school trash can. Y'all, fire alarms went off all over the entire school. The school had to be evacuated. For why, boy? Why? And then here goes my question. Where was the teachers? Where was y'all at while the boy was setting the teddy bear on fire? Nobody didn't think to put that fire out. He just walked in like Carrie the Rage and set this teddy bear on fire for the whole cafeteria to see. I'm disturbed. I got so many questions. Some of these stories, baby, I be having so many questions. If I was sitting in the cafeteria and the child that set the trash can on fire, y'all look at this. Look at this boy that set the trash. Y'all look at this. Y'all come look at this. The boy that set the trash can on fire, y'all, with the teddy bear he bought for the girl. Why? For why? For why, y'all? Anyway, okay, this next story, foolishness. Okay, this the last one I'm gonna tell. Okay, this the last one, but it is hilarious. If you've liked these stories so far, please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel because I will be consistently putting out stories like this. Okay, transition hands to the next story. This next story, this why we can't take these kids nowhere. We can't take y'all nowhere. This why we can't have nice things. Okay. this teacher took her kids to the zoo and they got kicked out of the zoo because one of her kids jumped into the daggum jaguar exhibit. Do you have a death wish? Why? For why? For what? For what? Okay? I think that school was permanently banned from the zoo because that kid jumped into the jaguar exhibit. And then the parents will be trying to blame us for their child jumping in the jaguar exhibit. Ma'am, I didn't push your child into the jaguar exhibit. I would have liked to, but I didn't push your child into the jaguar exhibit. He jumped into the jaguar exhibit on his own free accord. Okay? Woo, my stars, y'all. So if you have crazy stories that you see on a regular basis at school and you want to send them to me, you can send them. I'm Honest Teacher Vibes on Instagram. You can DM your stories and send them to me on Instagram. But I will try every week to do a story time with Honest Teacher Vibes because we cannot make these stories up. I'm still on the kid setting the teddy bear on fire and the kid jumping into the jaguar exhibit and the parent driving her car up the wheelchair ramp. For what, y'all? For what? For why? So anyway, you guys are awesome. Y'all my best friends. I love y'all. Until next time, peace.